Remo, we have arrived on the battlefield. Glorious. Now that I see this, Sonic's girlfriend right there looks a little bit like the Warden with the outfit right here. We saw Shadow Strike early. It is the Warden confirmed, so it already is a way different strategy than we've seen throughout the entire first series.
Yeah, Sonic has been playing the Warden for a long time against the undeads of Europe. Against Happy, usually it doesn't work out, but against many others, it does. Warden, of course, very level reliant. He's going for the circlet classic move. He did deny at least one creep. This may have even been 2 creeps. He got the experience from the skeleton. Not a good start for this Warden, who's going for a second Ancient of War. Yeah, she's gonna need to catch up on some creeping.
All dabei, I guess. Engine of War in the north, not scouted by XlorD yet. Skeleton looks into the main seas. Hey, no tech around here. What is happening? Last hit right there went to the tree as well. So this is only 73. XlorD, of course, has no information about this. He doesn't know that the Warden is not even halfway to level 2.
Oh, dude, what a picture by Sonic. I wonder what he's gonna, if the scene's gonna look differently after our first game. So far, it's not been going too swimmingly for Foggy, but the cool thing with the Warden is, even if you don't have that good of a start, there's always a comeback possible with the Warden. With hero kills, with Acolyte Harass, with an ultimate, which can be achieved later on. But first things first, she wants to get level 2, level 3, move on from there. But Sonic is very aggressively here, staying in the enemy main. Is he really gonna creep this with only archers? The natural? That would be pretty hard to do.
That would be quite something indeed. He wanted to steal something there. Mana is still available for the Shadow Strikes, but XlorD is making sure that the Warden has to move away, and he creeps the rest of the turtles. Level 2 already. Dust in his pocket as well. Mantle on the ground. Yeah, I was about to say, you can leave tomes on the ground, but not mantles. Mantles are way too pretty.
Really good items for the DK. Also for the Warden. Circlets and general intelligence for mana always going to be valuable. The tech difference is pretty big. That's around half a minute or so, perhaps even slightly more. As the DK keeps creeping, it's going to be level 3 here before too long. Warden needs that level up as well. And needs to start finding some kills against the ghouls. Because with this deficit of the tier 2 timing, it feels like Sonic has a slight... finds himself slightly behind already.
A little bit, for sure. But with the Warden, that is an X-Factor hero, I feel. It's not as calculatable as a Demon Hunter, as a Keeper. She can always be there, out of nowhere pretty much, thanks to Blink. We haven't seen the second skill point yet. And of course, with the staff, etc, etc. So you can never be sure, especially with the Warden in the hands of Sonic, that the Warden is not around. So be careful 100% of the time.
Be a creep jack opportunity here now for XlorD. Sees the Warden's creeping. She's not level 3 yet. DK is 3. And we have a Shredder purchased by Sonic with an Expo. Whoa. That looks quite greedy. XlorD now coming in. This is going to be dangerous. He does have a Dust.
Yeah.
And full mana on this DK.
And no level 3 yet. Oh, this High Priest. XlorD sees it. Can't prevent level 3. Sonic gets full experience this time. Fanner knives on level 2. Went of mana stealing used immediately as well. So the DK not too much to work with. And Sonic salvages this really well so far.
Yeah, nicely done there. That could have been way worse. I think if the DK steals the experience, perhaps that would have been painful. But the Warden now, 3.3. Problem with the Warden is, late game, in Tier 3 versus Tier 3, when both have 50 supply or even more, she's not the greatest fighter unless she's at least level 5. Before level 5, she's super weak, and even with level 5, sometimes not too strong. And the Tier 3 is quickly approaching. About a minute out or so for XlorD. We're going to have statues coming in a moment, but the Lich was delayed by quite a bit, so he's going to be somewhat low level here for quite a while.
And the little bit of a problem is no Blink with this build. It's Shadow Strike, it's Fanner Knives, it's full damage, all out damage the entire time. But he can be surrounded. There's the staff, of course, but not always on, not always off cooldown, I guess. And that might not happen here. Nova. So this is gonna result in the first staff pretty quickly. Nova used, a little bit of mana for that. Time for the expansion board. It's not up yet. Not entangled yet. How ready is Sonik for this? Hunter's Hall, we're waiting for that. Tier 2, we have arrived here. Time for a second hero or nay?
Demon Hunter second is something that Sonik has played a lot with the Warden in the past, but not yet. Also, the Hunter's Hall being so late, Dryads are gonna come out very, very late only. And these archers, perhaps against a Dark Ranger third, even on the other side, might have quite some problems. XlorD clears out the natural. He could also just counter-expand instead of pushing if he wants to.
Definitely. He doesn't seem to be under a lot of pressure. So far, at least. Warden comes in. Fan again. Lots of mana to use also. Burning that mana. But XlorD once again getting the last hit. Item is the Ring of Regen. An item that the Warden loves.
It would also be really good for the DK. Sonik has, in the late game, oftentimes resorted to hero focus. The Warden really didn't find too many kills. One single ghoul kill is all he got so far out of XlorD. We're not seeing a 6th Acolyte. So it seems like XlorD is mustering for the push. He's going to go for the Orb of Corruption. And if he picks up a Dark Ranger, this is a scary army.
Yeah, absolutely. Sonik starts mining. And there's a big Congo line going towards the middle. It seems like he's refraining from pulling the Overlord. Ah, now he regroups. XlorD doesn't break a sweat at all, does he?
He's taking his time. He wants to creep up a little bit more. That Coil Nova on the Warden. Oh my god. Needs to staff back. Needs to heal up. That's going to be most of the Moon Juice. And the archers this whole time were pretty useless. They were scouting for a counter expansion. That is not the case. And the Warden hasn't leveled in quite some time.
Yeah, they moved to the middle, they weren't in one group, didn't go for the red spot, and they moved to the south expecting an expansion, but he never had the knowledge about it, and XlorD kind of faked him a little. Lore coming, tier 3 coming, but you know what's coming as well? A huge XlorD push at Sonic's Expo.
And Sonik even hold this. He's got the Panda second, okay. But level 1 Breath of Fire, not that impactful really. He's gonna have double AoE though. So that's the way he's gonna try to deal with the ghouls. There's a heal scroll on XlorD to counter it. He also has Scroll of the Beast, by the way, which could be really strong as well. And here we see the problem. Ghouls so fast, catch up with the archers super quickly. A lot of them could be dying here very, very fast indeed. Scroll of the Beast popped. Lich with the Nova could reach these archers, not quite in range there for a moment. Panda, Breath of Fire doing decent damage, but Foggy's army is just disintegrated.
Sonic's army indeed, and so is the Warden. This looks exceptional for XlorD. He's just tearing Sonik apart. The Ukrainian needs a pat on the back, I guess. He's trying. 37 supply. Expo still up. He held on to that tree, but now XlorD also. Another Nova hits big. Skeletons immediately, slays another archer. This is just downfall from here on the back of an expansion and a push. XlorD is doing 3 things at once.
And that's gonna be game. Sonik loses map 1. He tried something very unusual. Playing the Warden on this map, hard to do. Those Ancient of War last hits in the beginning were a problem for him. But also that strategy, even if things go better. Archers late game. We saw Neutron try it before, he failed. We see Sonik again, he fails. I don't think archers are the way to go.
Yeah, the lures were so late. Just feels like nothing was lining up very well, and XlorD playing aggressive at the right time. That creepjack at the lab was pretty big. Like, yes, he just killed a few units, but pretty much escaped with almost everything except maybe 1 ghoul. So, you know, Sonik is a great showman. He's doing a little bit of a cosplay here and there, but so far in-game hasn't quite delivered.
Not yet. There is at least 2 more maps where he can show his Warden glory. We give him some time to recuperate, to refresh his mind, and fix the issues that he got very early on in his game. Then the next map's gonna be Northern Isles. Be right back. Back at DreamHack, everybody, with a yet to be defeated XlorD, 5-0. That sounds familiar. In case of XlorD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does win a lot of maps and lose very few, but yeah, the meme comes true here yet again. Sonik, it's gonna have to be a lot more solid than this. I don't know about going for Fan of Knives level 2 here on level 3. I do feel like perhaps he has to play more with Shadow Strike in the first place. And as he gets level 5, then he can retrain, but I don't even know if he's still gonna go for Warden here on Northern. Might play entirely differently, but yeah, that was not the best Sonik we've seen. We know he's capable of doing better than that. Let's see if he can do it here.
But you know what the good thing is, Todd? If we look at a Sonik, he got the tracksuit, he got the chain. All that lacks is the whistle. He's his very own coach. Of course, he got a lot of moral support and more. XlorD, he caught up to the stream apparently, saying, is that Catwoman or Mrs. Grey? In with the memes, distracting a little bit maybe. But of course, XlorD, no stranger to fun like this. We are no stranger to fun when it comes to WarCraft, and this is map number 2, Northern Isles. What do you got for us, Remo?
Well, I don't want to take away from the conversation here. I'm fascinated by this. XlorD, of course, known for loving to do this psychological poking. Tries to get into the opponent's head. But Sonik seems to be enjoying this. The Warden, his mascot today, didn't work out too well map 1, but he's going to try it again. Warden once more.
I knew it, man. Right at the very moment of Concealed Hill. This is Sonic's very personal Warden right here. XlorD in the north, once again with the DK Ghoul build. No surprise here. Sonik, the Warden carried him through the group stage, and he relies on the Warden in the playoffs as well.
Alright, she needs to get off to a much better start. Level 2 instantly, not allowed to miss these last hits, and then needs to get level 3 quickly, accelerate, find some kills, and usually you need to get ahead economically. The Warden looks flashy, looks cool, but honestly in the late game, she's much worse than a Demon Hunter. So you need to get ahead with the Warden. And yeah, she needs the levels to do that. Level 2 right away here is gonna help her out. We have a Wisp scouting in the north as well. XlorD, not really a fast expanding player so much, but you still need to check.
This Warden indeed looking good and flashy. We have her now on level 2. We are off to a better start. Sonik finds his rhythm. Scouts in the north as well. XlorD with the standard creep, but also with the skull in his pocket.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, and guess what? He doesn't fast expand so often, but this might be the time to do it. I think against the Warden, it can be really good. The Warden's going to be forced to play aggressively. She's not going to level that much. And against high masses of units, the Warden, not really the strongest hero usually. Foul Knives only hitting 5 targets max. It's going to be a fast level 2 for the DK. And I must say, I'm surprised at the restraint here by Sonik. He's not rushing across right away on level 2. He's going to let this happen, this expansion. And he's going to creep and counter-expand. That is an unusually patient play by Sonik.
Yeah, just like Kraft, he is sprinkling in a couple of patient plays nowadays. We saw that in cups prior to this. A wonderful replenishment potion from this camp. Can of course be a little greedy thanks to the heal potion if the DK doesn't find her immediately. But XlorD, man, he's smelling it.
Could definitely be able to get the cancel here, and that could derail things quite quickly. Sonik is relying on this fast expansion. He didn't tech first, which is normally what we see by Night Elves. First tech, then expand, and then walk it over after. 3 ghouls. Is that enough damage for the cancel? It seems like it should be.
Might get one, but long range. Oh, it's again Fan of Night Shadow Strike. And that long range coil saved this one ghoul. Can he save all of them? That would be crazy. Even. Oh my god. Oh my god. All he invests is mana. And
XlorD has been excellent with these ghouls over many different games in the tournament. He's bringing new ghouls from the main. Pretty much non-stop ghoul production, and more acolytes coming out as well. The expansion going to be mining for XlorD in a second. Tech should come up shortly after. And this is just looking great for the German.
Another wisp. Skeletons outside of detonate range. Whew, if the DK gets this one. Oh no, the warden is surrounded. She has a potion of healing. Needs that soon. Gets it here. Is she able to fight out? Looks like it with the support of the archers. But man, what a rough game.
Finally get that ghoul. But the DK catches up, throws the coil.
A player's forces are under attack.
Wonderful game by XlorD, I want to say. Pretty much perfect.
Yeah, Steph Curry in the house for these coils right here. Archers now trying a big surround on this DK, or the V formation. Shout out Mighty Ducks. Doesn't really help so far. Sonik is teching, he's not trying to brute force this expo here. And the warden is on the hunt, but of course without boots, without blink. That's a problem.
Second ago, by the way, XlorD denied the skeleton. That denied level 3. Can you do it again with the ghoul?
Nope.
This time, she gets it, finally. But the Tree of Life cancelled again, and it wasn't cancelled!
Oops.
All the experience, or the resources rather, going into nowhere. Ooh.
I guess the warden's moral support is rather distraction here for Sonik. Second big mistake in this series that you can't do against XlorD. He's punishing this so hard. Bunch of ghouls on the right hand side. Tuskas to be eliminated from this map. There's a graveyard. Is there a second crypt already? Yes, there is. XlorD pretty much on point.
I wouldn't even mind seeing a third crypt. Just go crazy Gargs, never allow this expansion, and perhaps Tech to tier 3 overwhelm with mass ghouls Gargs in the late game. That could be a very effective way for XlorD to close out this game. He's got such a huge lead. One of mana stealing, why not? He got the level 3. But at least the expansion is coming up now for Sonik, and that Tree of Life perhaps not gonna get cancelled.
Healing ward, good for creeping of course. XlorD taking a step back, waiting for his tier 2 to unfold. With Lich, of course, don't want to overshoot on experience on the DK, maybe. Again, the ghoul is checking things out. He's gonna know.
And Expo is about 50 seconds from finished. And he didn't quite see it with the ghoul. It was still nighttime. Didn't have the vision range. He's gonna find out now. But Sonik is in position to defend. He's got the level 4 warden. He's got the big mana potion. XlorD. If he commits here and it doesn't work out, that might be the way back into the game for Sonik.
Here's the fan of knives, his weapon of choice. Big mana potion board, of course, super expensive. As it was a great healing before, so that is an investment into the marketplace. Fan is nice, but it doesn't kill yet. And XlorD had a wand of mana stealing. Pretty nice solution against that. Ghouls are starting to fall now. So archers.
Archer's also going down though. Oh, and there's another one who ran back into her demise, perhaps. Oh, the ghoul. Run, little Archer.
One
She
more
will
hit.
actually survive by the look of things, and there was a bit of a misstep by XlorD.
First mistake, I guess. What a slaughter here in front of this expo. Look at the corpses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. And the expo is up. Can Sonik catch up? It's gonna be Gargs. It is triple crypt. It is a slaughterhouse behind this. Tier 3 as well. Sonik is facing a brutal storm brewing up.
Getting a bit more experience. That level 5 is needed. Either that or now, right now, a panda and creep him up. But there's no Ancient of War in position to easily creep him. A couple of archers died. Would make that as well quite a bit harder. But the time is ticking. XlorD's tier 3 and 60 or 70 supply. Not too far off.
Banking 400 already. Ritual Dagger did a good job. We got potions as well. Couple of wisp snipes here. Gotta be a little careful, I guess. Mana potion, getting rid of all the wisp just like that. Warden about to kick a Garg here with the help of the creeps, but not getting that up in full. And it's so many Gargs. And
Getting good solo XP. Very close to level 4. That's gonna be very valuable as well. Lich, parked at home, waiting for tier 3. And we know what that means. Orb of Corruption. And more trouble for Sonik, I'm afraid, is in store.
Staff out after the first Shadow Strike. Wonder if Sonik at one point tries to retrain. He should have the resources somewhere, but I don't think we're there yet. 5 Gargs, say hello.
Force back these archers. Warden without an orb so far, not much she can do. A bit of final knives, yes, but Sonik. He needs a level 5. He needs level 5, get more kills, get level 6. That's the way Sonik stays in this game.
This is the way. But XlorD, not all gas here in this game. Takes a step back, wants a high level lich, surrounds on the creeps as well. The Warden can't find a single angle to attack. Everything seems secure. A little bit of trouble here with the creep spot now. A little bit messy, but alright.
Oh.
Bone chimes.
Very nice for the ghouls in a long game. 1 ghoul lost. Warden 5. Alright, here we go. Now, he needs to hunt for kills. Couple of ways to do this. You mentioned the Tome of Retraining. Using that and then jumping into the backline. Acolytes at the expansion could be a way. But it's a Panda second. And that already automatically makes this Warden ult a lot harder to achieve.
Okay, maybe with Harass, but then, yeah, he definitely needs Blink. Shadow Strike 3, by the way, so no fan against Ghoul's Garg, so not too much of them. Destroyer coming because there will be Drunken Haze, and then you can absorb it, get Destroyers with mana. Sonik plays a better game 2 than he played a game 1, that's for sure. Text for tier 3.
I think pretty wisely here, XlorD went for Death Pact. He can use that easily now on skeletons. Later on gargoyles, if the need should arise. Not too many ghouls left here, honestly, for XlorD. But of course, Triple Cryptic can make them quite quickly. But it's mostly gargoyles, 2-0 gargoyles. This panda needs to creep up fast. If he's reaching level 3 before too long, it's going to be powerful heroes for Sonik.
Oh yeah, there are still some camps available, but same goes for XlorD, who is, I guess, ready now. Heal Scroll, Invo Potion, Vamp Aura, Heal Potion, second Heal Scroll, and the Panda isn't 3 yet. So, nope, there's no time to get the high levels.
There's a Sapper involved as well. Did Sonik see it? The Warden could perhaps snipe it, but the Sapper might be running through. Like the Urukai in Lord of the Rings. He finds the connection, but doesn't quite get the kill. Second Sapper would have been required. We have the repair now coming through. DK tanking lots of damage, but he's got potions, he's got heal scroll, and he's got death pact.
Even dropping the parry up, if I saw that correctly. Panda in trouble. Hero focus on both sides, but there's the death pact, and Panda, of course, can't eat his own units. But the Warden, there's another Shadow Strike. XlorD doesn't have a TP, but there is slow. Oh my. From the Nova. And dodges the coil. Excellent execution by XlorD.
And Deathpact is going to be ready again soon. It's a fairly low cooldown. 50 mana. And he can use it again. That's probably going to be the call. Would be cool to see a couple of detonates here by Sonik. Drain the mana off the DK and then maybe find that kill. He needs that kill.
He's listening to you. The coaches understand each other. Warden comes back. Of course, no blink. XlorD knows this. Goes for Garg. Okay.
Rides with the 0-0 dies so fast to these Gargs plus Lich. Shadow Strikes certainly painful. But the DK has a couple of coils still left. More reinforcements coming in for XlorD from the main. It's ghouls. Ghouls and Gargs. Nothing else really. One statue. Could be morphed perhaps into a destroyer, but I guess he doesn't need him.
Expo down. XlorD was wisely choosing to produce more ghouls when he saw, hey, I got the chance to break this expo. And then ghouls are the best way at that stage of the game to have damage against expansions. XlorD now. Third base, I guess. There's no sacrificial pit. There's more acolytes. Let's dig for some more gold.
A player's forces are
Get a juicy level up down here as well. It's going to be level 5 DK. And the big item, Khadga's Pipe, is the dream. Helm of Valor is honestly not too bad for the DK. The hero focus is the only way that Sonics can still win this, I think. And the DK now 1200 HP, looking very survivable. Warden starting to harass the Acolytes. But no level 3 fan of knives, only Shadow Strike makes this a little bit harder.
Yeah, it's also about to break daytime. Reveal from the lab, of course. That's a nice solution if you have 2 towers here. Just rebuild the echoes if you have an Acropolis here. 3rd base coming up. But okay, we got bears and we get more of them. Oh, Warden being focused. Staff's out. Sonik tries to expand yet again. XlorD, no signs of like worms or something. He can go destroyer if he wants to, if he feels it's necessary. 70 supply, man.
Go into even more upgrades, go into some armor for these Gargs as well. Could be helpful. And the Panda. You know, Panda can always be the difference maker. If Sonik has a couple of good fights, gets Panda 5, it's impressive how many Gargs and Ghouls he can take out. But of course, there's always going to be tons of gold for XlorD for heal scrolls. At the moment, though, he only has 1.
Yeah, he needs to be a deep frying machine. So far, not too great, but decent preparation. Gets 2 ghoul kills out, but all on the cost of the Warden. 2 HP! That could have been the end right here.
Whew. That staff transfer, I think he forgot that he had a staff already on the Panda. That was very scary. What if cunning for XlorD? He gets the next big item. That one on the Lich, quite nice. Gonna use it. Gonna regen up as well. Lots of bonus stats on the Lich. The DK somewhat exposed now without that helm, but he's got the Invul Potion. So does the Lich. Expose coming up for XlorD. And he wants to take a fight. Why not? He's got this huge army.
Yeah, he wants to stop the Warden from 6, of course. That's the thing with Warden against Garks. 5 target cap. It doesn't do too much.
One Gargoyle. Oh, almost gonna go down. XlorD waiting for the last second with that coil. Not like he couldn't afford to lose 1 or 2 Gargs. He has plenty. 69 supply. That's quite nice. In the shop, we don't have a big aura, but there is a mana stone. XlorD could afford it, but he's gonna go for the expansion once again. Or is he? Targets the Warden. He's dropping low so quickly. Rejuvenation, is that enough? No, also has to be staffed out. Healing up back at the Moonwells. Stone form, a little late. The Drunken Ace Breath of Fire connected. XlorD had to use the heal scroll right away. He doesn't have another one, but he doesn't need another one. That's the next win for XlorD. 2-0 lead in the best of 5.
And with that, 6-0 in this tournament. This guy just keeps on impressing. Not really struggling at all, but Sonik is finding a rhythm and Sonik is getting better in this series.
Yeah, that was better than last game for sure. It's just the tree. You know, the first tree getting cancelled that easily. You didn't see the attack coming. Seems a little greedy to place it where it did. Maybe a little bit lower, a little bit more tucked in somewhere, and you might be able to fully cover it when the opponent comes forward. Like, once that first tree gets cancelled, then it really feels like the floodgates are open. You know, it's just going to keep on getting harassed and cancelled. And then after that, there was the second time that it got cancelled without him actually getting any lumber or gold back, because it was the creep that denied it. So little bit of a disastrous start. He kind of salvaged it after, but it was already too late. XlorD, if he's able to take an expansion this easily, it's always going to mean trouble. It's cool to see XlorD adapt, by the way. Like you guys were talking about it. XlorD is not one of the guys that, you know, expands very often, but I think he just looked at the situation and he was like, an expo would be great now. He's not expecting it, so he went for it, and it worked out beautifully. Okay, we sent you guys into a little bit of a break. Sonik, can you do the same as Craft and win map 3 to make this a series, or will the Lord go undefeated into the semi-final? Would be quite impressive. See you in a bit.
Back at DreamHack, everybody. Sonic wins the entertainment part of this series, but XlorD wins the maps. And so it's 2-0, and so it's 3 match points for the German Meister. The Warden didn't look too happy recently.
Yeah, and not just in-game either. Yeah, maybe it's time to ditch the Warden. I don't mean the one next to him, but in-game it's just not working out for him. Either that or just have a much better execution, because, yeah, he just not nearly enough to beat somebody as good as XlorD. XlorD, though, super on point. Every timing, the strategy, everything's been there so far. And it's starting to look like another very one-sided series. I don't know what's going on this DreamHack, but we've had so many of these.
Yeah, the favorites seem to be prevailing all the time, and so it seems to be the case with XlorD. Can he be threatened now? Sonic is getting better, as we said, but man, it needs to be a whole different ball game to just make him break a sweat, I think. So, it is Last Refuge. Maybe a different hero, maybe a different strategy, maybe a different Sonic. Let's kick this off. It's match points for the Lord. And once again, I'm joined by Mr. Remo Demo, XlorD for Mousesports in the bottom left-hand side. Ready, willing, able. That's for sure here today. And in the upper right, we got Sonic. We have our eyes glued to the Altar of Elders. And he does switch it up. Does that mean that Fanatka has to wear a blindfold now?
Might be as well in that home. Wouldn't be too surprised. Demon Hunter first, yeah, I think that's a much better choice. Warden, she's fun, she's flashy, she's a cool hero, but she's really risky to play against undead. It's extremely hard to pull off against the top undeads. On the world class level, only Lawlight was ever able to do it. And he, of course, has the best Warden in the world.
Dude, do I have to remind you how Foggy beat Happy the first time, game 5 in that ESL Cup?
Yes, one time, true, and it's never gonna happen again, Neil. I'm sorry, but it's not. Let the Warden, you know, she can work, but she's unreliable. The Keeper is a hero that always works, but we don't see him. It's the Demon Hunter, perhaps inspired by Moon's play earlier today. Exactly on this map, we saw the Demon Hunter opening as well against Mikael. Moon looked insanely good with that. We'll see how Sonic fares.
Okay. Will the Wisp get killed here? Nope, detonates before, so one skeleton gone. That's already a little iffy for the creeping. And the Demon Hunter, in typical Sonic fashion, moves over right away after picking up the claws.
Wonderful item for him. Also, coil first on the DK, surprisingly. It can be very annoying when the demon starts showing up, starting burning your mana, and then you really start missing that aura. Wisp, detonation, not gonna come through. Demon is gonna get level 2 at the High Priest. Taking that away from the opponent, also pretty cool. As the tier 2 begins, with XlorD having a very slight lead in that timing. Oh, XlorD wakes up the Murlocs to trigger the End Snare to get rid of the Wisp. That was a nice move.
Alrighty. We do have a nice sentry ward here as well. Not sure if XlorD saw it, but he will take a look in the inventory of the Demon Hunter and see, hey, there's only one charge, so you didn't walk too far. There must be something here. XlorD against the Murlocs means poison on the ghouls.
Sonic even enlisting the next creep camp. This time it's the natural. And they are doing some damage against the ghouls here as well. Could be one ghoul kill, maybe. Demon Hunter needs always to be careful not to get surrounded here, of course. Could happen in the blink of an eye. Last hit goes to XlorD. Such patience. He was waiting for the perfect opportunity there to get that last hit. And indeed, he gets the level 2 the aura, and a lot stronger with that. But the Demon Hunter, Slippers, also looking impressive.
Exactly. Plus 8 damage already on this Demon Hunter. That is really cool. Archer rallied to the Demon Hunter. That's a target for Frostmourne now. But you see it here. Tech at 50%. More Moonwells coming. On the other side, XlorD as well with attack with the Graveyard. So both players very, very similar in progress so far.
Block saves the ghoul. Nicely done by XlorD. Sentry placed. Should be a reveal from the lab. Indeed. Sonic really wants to get a few ghoul kills though. engages the creeps again, and this time, oh, don't tell me he saves that one as well. XlorD with some sick saves. That one was 1 hit point.
And the Ogre Mauler, quite an enraged beast here. 37 HP. XlorD, did he see this? He's sharking around, but there's a staff, and with that, Sonik is safe. Didn't use too much mana burn, so it's kind of easy and cheap to heal him back up again. Where's the Hunter's Soul? There it is. So it's kind of weird. It's not enough archers to be mass archers, and it's a very late Hunter's Hall to be dryads.
Yeah, I just forgot about that for a little while. It was, of course, stressful with the Demon Hunter being so low and stuff. He's, of course, going to go for the second hero first. Should be a Naga, but the lords will definitely be delayed a little bit. XlorD shows up. He's got one coil ready. He can take out that archer. He steals the last hit as well, though, with the right click. Oh, my God. Huge experience swing.
He is such a beast these days. These are moments that just happen when you're in tip-top shape or the luckiest guy in the world. I don't know. This keeps on happening. Ooh, this is so rough. This is such a late level 3. I mean, the items are great throughout the board for Sonik, but XlorD is just putting on a clinic so far.
Sonik rushes tier 3 and a lore. No second hero yet.
Yep.
This is very unusual.
Also taking a little bit of damage here with his Engine of War, so hurt. XlorD again, so patient, not rushing anything. And he doesn't have to. This time, it's not a guard play. It's going Fiends Destros. The old standard.
Players' forces are under attack.
Normally on this map with a fast Naga, you can secure these middle camps quite easily. But if it's delayed like this... He's not gonna play Demon solo, is he?
Sonik is the hero of Twitch set, that's for sure. Staffing back to the Ancient of War to pick up the tomes. The sacred text. He's definitely making some friends here this week.
And he's finally gonna get that level 3, but that was so well delayed by XlorD with that sick last hit. The confidence. Just the pure skill by XlorD looking real impressive. Alright, second hero finally. Panda!
Yeah. And he's finding his opponent here, but all the damage is on the skeleton, so there's not too much to do. This is a tricky creep spot, of course. Ogre Mauler, Bloodlust, Inner Fire, super strong. So there is a little bit of blood on the ground now with one ghoul going down. But Staff is on cooldown as well. You don't want to get surrounded here. XlorD is already tier 3. He's already going Frenzy, Lich is out, Orb will follow in a second. Demon Hunter is still hanging around.
Would love to steal some creep blast hits here, but you can't burn the Mauler, unfortunately, so that one will not be his. But he can burn the hero, certainly. Oh, but perhaps it was a bait. Ooh, almost got surrounded. That was very close. Lich with a Nova making that a little bit dangerous. But Sonik is buying a lot of time, creating a lot of space for the Panda to creep.
Wait a minute. Okay, escaping. XlorD not level 3. This creep spot indeed is taking a long time. On the other side, Panda, another set of slippers, gloves of haste for him as well. But here, level 3 now, plus health stone for the Lord.
This could be a Naga third kind of game. Playing Naga third against Night Elf when they have their own Naga is kind of difficult, because when Night Elf has Naga, it's a lot of hero focus potential. But a Panda is a very bad hero focus hero himself, so a third hero for XlorD could absolutely be viable here, although it's not so fashionable anymore. We're just creeping for now, and I think Sonic's fine with this. The Panda is a strong hero, but he does require some levels.
That is correct. Item here, Boots of Kel'Thalas. Might be nice for Dark Ranger, but skeptical that we see her. Sonic's trying to power creep. That's the right approach. Man, these damage items are really, really good, but a little bit slot-starved here. He already had to drop the self-teleportation in the base, so not too much mobility for Sonik, but he's creeping the Ogre Magi. And that is level 3, big invo potion. Again, Sonic's best game to date.
Alright, and now perhaps gonna look for that fight with the level 3 Panda, although ideally he would love to have some bears with Master. One of them coming out already, the fast tech now paying off for Sonic. XlorD, he wants to perhaps fight as well. He's got the heal scroll, he's got the ghouls ready. Got 5 supply open for a third hero if that should be his choice, but it's not the choice right now, certainly. We see the expansion again for him.
Okay, there might be an opening for Sonic here. He had good fights already here on Last Refuge this very tournament. Sonic, of course, coming from the lower bracket, eliminating Dice. Is this Brewmaster coming to him as well? Yep, staff on the Dryad. That one's safe, but XlorD seemingly flooding this army with ghouls.
Mana burn coming off there just in time. XlorD missing to use the coil before. Hellstone on the Lich still can heal up even when there is no coil. One heal scroll was used, but XlorD could go for a second one. And did XlorD lose anything there? I don't think he did he?
Not that I'm aware of. So this is powerful now. 47 supply, no upgrades yet. He's just waiting for this expansion to pay off. This excellent skeleton scout on the high ground once again. But Sonic seems to know that this is up, or just speculates on this. He did an archer run by where he thought would be an expansion, which then there wasn't. But this time he's 100% right, and so this has to be cancelled.
XlorD didn't cancel.
Oh.
All the resources lost. A little bit of a mistake. He was busy at the red camp trying to keep these ghouls alive. Item, Legion Doomhorn, for him not too valuable. And that's a nice little sequence here that gets Sonic back into a better position this game.
Okay, red spot is also Legion Doomhorn. He has that already. Not a big buff. And on the other side, Katka's Pipe. Stars are aligning for Sonic.
But nearing the late game, the Panda's level's getting better and better. So is the Demon Hunter. Sonic getting ready for upkeep as well. More Moonwells coming. 700 gold. A lot more than XlorD has.
Not too bad, not too bad. XlorD's still willing to creep up to level 4. Lich is a beast. Not the numbers here with the plus 10, but attack speed is crazy. Invis Archer making sure that there's no second expansion. I really like that. And I guess this is gonna be a nasty creep jack. Destroyed it.
Where? He destroyed it. Oh, he used the Hellstone. He wanted to pick it up again. But then it was destroyed. Yikes.
Well, okay-ish, I guess. At least Sonic's Panda didn't get it, who has a crazy mana tank already with the Katka's Pipe and Moonwells. Sonic feeling confident to go into an expansion now, which is nice. But yeah, he needs to bring his absolute A-game and more to turn this series around. More creeping, higher level Panda, that's the way to win the game.
I don't mind his position at all. Give that Panda a mana potion, he's gonna be ready to battle. Absolutely. Slippers could easily be sold. And it seems like XlorD isn't gonna find out about this expansion in time to cancel it.
Not yet. For once, the scout is slipping. The calm before the storm that Sonic has prepared. 60 supply, up, willing to go up to 70. Hippogriffs as well, coming in against the Destroyer, but there is Web already and Abominations coming. XlorD on the late stage of tier 3 is getting a little stronger again.
Yeah, hippos are always a double-edged sword. They can be really good anti-air, but if they're only available in low numbers and they all get webbed, they can be a pretty disappointing investment as well. Off of one base, very hard to get enough of them. Of course, soon we're gonna have 2 base, but that is not the case yet. As Sonic keeps creeping, he's gonna reach Panda 4. Book of the Dead. Well, that one against Destroyer is not gonna be too valuable at all.
Oh, XlorD has Disease Cloud already. That is quite good. Slippers on the ground, you don't see that too often. Exchanged for a book. But if it's about expansions and the Destroyers are far away, that might have some impact. Or do you just sell it? Okay, he just sells it then. Never mind. defense upgrades. More and more of them. So the Orb of Corruption doesn't have the biggest effect here. XlorD with the next attack upgrade.
I think he still didn't see the expo, did he? I mean, it looks like he's perfectly preparing a timing, but I thought he didn't see it. I'm not sure. Anyways, 66 supply for XlorD. Moving out. There's one big camp left in the bottom right.
XlorD moves out. It's daytime soon, and then this archer. Oh no, some mercy here. XlorD with a big push prepared though, with ghouls creeping up a little bit more. This Lich is a damaged machine. No TP, mana potion, heal scroll, 2 of them against the Breath of Fire, always nice to have. Level 4 Panda and the Demon Hunter with double slippers now. He's plus 27 with Roar.
A lot of damage. I'm gonna get to 80 supply here by the look of things on both sides.
And that are mostly one base. This is very unique for this matchup nowadays. XlorD gets the Pendant of Energy eventually.
Good mana pool for the DK Destroyer, starting to get morphed. Another one could follow. Would be 3 Destros in the air. 5 Hippogriffs. They could theoretically all just get webbed though.
XlorD is pretty good in that department. There is Roar all the time. Here we go. Nova, web, and the Destroyers can do whatever they want. Of course, in the meantime, Destroyers don't shoot at the bear, so they take a bite off of these fiends.
Frost Armor is missing. XlorD has it, but hasn't used it yet. Bear's now getting mangled quite quickly. Destroyer's still standing. The Hippogriffs really didn't do too much. I guess they soaked up some damage, but not too much damage was done by them themselves. Destroyer's still up in the air and healthy. DK though, dropping kind of low HP, and there's no TP on XlorD anymore. Perhaps Hero Kill is the way to go, but the DK running away with level 2 aura is very fast. Heals up the A-bomb as well before disappearing out of the fight, but the Death Knight has to be careful now.
Panda has no mana anymore. The Katka's Pipe has to work now. Sonik fighting for survival. If he gets a hero kill, we might force this into game 4, but XlorD, he's seemingly winning this again. More Destroyer shots, of course, always mana on them as long as there's Roar. Can't chew through these abominations. Mostly Dryads remaining. Gets a 5 supply kill on the Destroyer. XlorD maybe mismicroing this a little. 10 supply down. Only Destroyers. That's a level 5 Demon Hunter right there with redo on him.
DK stabs back in, got the heal scroll. It's a very high impact item as well. But of course Sonik can reproduce really easily. DK level 5, but it gets burned right away. No spells for you, says Sonik. He lost a lot of Dryads. But he's got all that income, maybe he can reproduce it quickly. Heal scroll used by XlorD. Fight now pretty scrappy. Seems like Sonik can't stay in this too much longer. Army is very small now for him, but the Demon Hunter is super strong.
He really wants these statues and wants these Destroyers out of the game while banking a little bit. 90 HP left. Dust settles. Sonik at 60. XlorD below 50 again. And both have to rebuild big time.
I think the big problem in that fight was that the bears connected too well against the fiends and they weren't kited right away. Frost armor missing there, I think, was a big problem. XlorD now with a monumental task. This panda is gonna get level 5. There's no way around it. The Night Elf heroes are very tanky with the demon and panda. That's always the case. Not gonna be so easy to nuke those as we're used to seeing nowadays against the Keeper.
1,600 gold remaining in the main for XlorD, a little less for Sonik due to the nature of how undeads build their constructions. And Sonik, he wants more. But, okay, I was slightly confused for a second that there's a town portal still on him. I thought he used it and then rebought, but that is of course never happening with Sonik. Nova used mana burn, little too late. We have a new round. Ding, ding, ding.
Organized Breath of Fire connects into the back line. The fiends though getting healed by the statue. DK in the front getting burned as well. Demon Hunter is a little hurt already. Needs of course to be very careful about that hero. Staffs him out early, trying to play it safe. Aggressive coils against the Hippogriffs rather than to save the units. A-Bomb goes down, Fiend goes down, and the Panda is level 5.
Oh, Pandemonium! More than 1,000 damage cap now. These fiends don't like to get roasted. That's a little snack right there. Goes for the heroes. Also, very little burrow right there, as this is Sonik winning game 3. Gets a little pat on the head. Yep. Feels good to not get 3-0'd here. Switch up in strategies and boom, the victory is yours.
Yeah, and against all odds, he switches out of the Warden. Finally, he chooses to use the Demon Hunter, and that brought him a lot more success. Like, he's known mostly for his Warden. That's what he's really good at, but apparently he can play a hell of a Demon Hunter. That was a very convincing game, I thought, out of him. Good harassment, got quick level 3, and then after that, he was able to level the Panda very nicely. Of course, the Khadgar helped. XlorD, sadly for him, found an item that he already had because he found Unholy Aura on the other reds, so always unfortunate when that happens. But at least you can sell it for a little bit more gold, I guess, right? In the new patch.
Absolutely true. So we have 2 maps left. That is Autumn Leaves and Echo Isles. We see AL first. That is XlorD's second pick. But before we go into that, we sent you guys to a little break. Stock up on snacks and drinks. We might be in for a hell of a ride here. Is Sonik turning this around? Be right back here at DreamHack. Todd is spamming the pogs in our voice chat right there. Clean sheets are supposed to get dirty, right? So XlorD losing the very first map of his tournament run here in summer.
It shall not be a flawless run to the finals like it was in War3 champion Sonik there with a good comeback. The good old Demon Hunter Panda. That is the most old school style. Very strong in the late game, like we saw right there. But has fallen out of favor more so because it's not as strong early to cancel expos of the opponent, like a keeper would be, or to get your own expansion running on tier 2, also like a keeper would be. I think XlorD played a little too passive, a little too slow against this Panda. You don't want to wait until the ultra late game AD supply, that's where the Panda is strongest. You either want to abuse his weakness on tier 2 by faster expanding, or by being more aggressive, looking for fights early, possibly even with a Naga second. I think XlorD got very much surprised with the Demon at the beginning and then the Panda as a second hero, and didn't play perfectly against it.
Yeah, strategy for Sonik was lining up really, really well. The levels were there, the harass was there, the creeps were rallied in the beginning, so XlorD couldn't unfold his play as he usually did. So I wonder what these two came up with here in the little break. What's the next game plan? He could still choose from 3 different heroes pretty much. Keeper, Demon Hunter, Warden. Is it never change the running system, or is it typical Sonic style? Confuse with something like a Beastmaster or an Alchemist first, or maybe since the Panda was so good here, play a Panda first.
Well, that would be certainly quite flashy, but would it work as well? I'm not so sure. I think he should go with what is reliable, what works. And that's either a Keeper, Demon Dryad Expo, but if he doesn't like the style, which he doesn't seem to, he's not playing it, then he can try with a Demon Hunter again. That can work again. Demon Hunter first, and then Naga or Panda follow-up. But if he's going too wild, I don't think that's going to work against XlorD.
Yeah, that could be a good map to go Demon Hunter again, I think. If XlorD is able to read into it and anticipates that it's going to be a demon, though, he could play entirely different, maybe a bit more aggressive, trying to inflict some damage early on, knowing that there wouldn't be Entangle for Sonik to deal with an attack. How about a 2-creep ghoul, you know? Like, what is he going to take to see that? Do we have to wait to see insta play, or is XlorD also capable of that?
We'll see about that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is still match points for XlorD. He's 1 map away from facing Foggy in the semis, but Sonik has something to say about that, and maybe Fanatka as well. XlorD bottom left, Sonik upper right. 4th map is Autumn Leaves. Or as I call it, Awesome Leaves, Remo Demo.
Absolutely. One of our new maps. The other, Tight Hunters, was vetoed before by Sonik, but we will see Autumn Leaves now. Classic base build by Sonik, having the altar right next to the tree so that there was no time lost. The Wisp made that building instantly. And the big question is, which hero are we gonna see? Could be one of 3.
Exactly. As I said, Keeper, Demon, Warden. Can you imagine the party in Sonic's hometown when he makes the reverse sweep happen? It is. Stick to your guns. It is Demon Hunter once again.
All right. I imagine XlorD is semi-expecting this and will have a better answer prepared. As I said, usually you try to be a little bit greedier with an expansion, try to punish the fact that the Demon Hunter has some weaknesses with no lockdown. Or you're going to go for earlier fights, especially in case of a Panda, earlier on tier 3. Acolyte Scout is going to confirm things, and XlorD has a couple of options. Just normal tech would be one, or a fast expansion usually works the best against the Demon Hunter out of all the Night of Heroes.
Player's forces are under attack.
Okay. In before Sonik rushes in with immolation or something. Never exclude anything out of the realm of possibilities if you're up against Sonik. But also, if XlorD's Acolyte is around, never expect that you get the full camp. You gotta make double sure that this is not a last hit.
XlorD now knows about the hero. Is he gonna sell the TP? Doesn't look like he will. Acolyte also not gonna get these last hits. XlorD gonna start off very conventionally, just creeping normally with 2 ghouls. And Aura first this time. That makes sense.
Yeah. Of course, if you get burned, you can't throw the coils. The aura works without mana. So that is good support for the early game. More movement speed, more HP regen. Wisp comes in, getting detonated. So it's a little bit of burn, but it doesn't really hit the skeletons anyway. Demon Hunter's gonna get level 2 here. Once again, happy about the claws. And with the cloak, he can cause for some trouble as well.
Especially in case of getting surrounded, could be valuable, but of course they might just as well be a dust. DK moving across the map with 2 ghouls very early on, bringing more ghouls from the middle, or from the main I should say. 6 ghoul attack, and some old school stuff against the old school Demon Hunter first.
Wow, okay. Sonik sees this pretty, or should see this pretty early. There was a scout in the bottom. The Demon Hunter checks the middle. Wisp is moving out, being harassed a little, but the skeletons are about to expire. Sonik produces more archers, delays his tech for that.
3 Moonwell standing, gonna be a good source of regen. Very unusual to see this attack without a dust. XlorD, if he goes for an attack like this, normally he should go for that item. It seems like XlorD is also only partly remembering the old strategies.
Let's see how much success he has with that. Sonik is detonating some wisp. He's teching right in his face. Ghouls are already kinda low. I'm not too sure if that was a deny, but they're trading. And I think, thanks to the Moonwells, the trades are going in favor of Sonik so far.
We could be able to chase down 1 more ghoul. Archers in the main, again a little threatened. Question is, how expensive is that for the wisps?
Yeah.
2 of them went down already, and that can become painful on tier 2 if you don't have enough lumber for lures and second hero and such. We don't have a Hunter's Hall yet, but he doesn't need it yet. It's another ghoul going down, making it the 3rd, I believe it was.
Yeah, he's close to level 3 with just 2 camps, and there's still this easy Ogre Magi at the natural expansion, so this should be a very, very doable level 3 for him. And on XlorD's side, not too much actually. 2 ghouls hurt, of course Blight helps with this. Needs 1 more kill for level 2 and Coil.
The shop seems like he's finally gonna get that dust, which, never mind. Boots of Speed, very much hinting towards the second hero Naga. But that's only ever really, really good if the demon isn't level 3. And that demon is gonna be level 3 unless there's a steal. He got it with the Acolyte! Oh my god, XlorD, he does it again.
Are you kidding me? Shredder comes in, okay, but no mind. Not facing a level 2 mana burn right now and having the coil ready with a little bit of mana. That is such a huge swing in power. And XlorD feels it. Here we go, Naga.
Yeah, that is so important because of the Naga. If this demon had burned too, he could just run her down. Well, I guess he would need Boots of Speed as well for that. So this Naga is really effective right now. She's facing a level 2 demon and no boots on that hero. In the meantime, the ghouls cleared up the green camp. I think that was done pretty cleanly. And Sonik needs to be careful about these archers. If they get caught, they're easy kills. But again, XlorD doesn't have the dust. He's going archer hunting without a dust. XlorD making the same mistake twice in 1 game. That's a little surprising.
Yeah, there's nothing really you can do. It's still nighttime for a bit. Of course, if archers are hidden, they can't do damage. But Sonik unveils them now, or reveals them now, and puts some trouble in. Frost Arrow, but no follow-up at all, as the ghouls were used differently. It looks like, once again, Fiends and Destros, maybe with 1 or 2 Gargs queued on top of this. But it's an early slaughterhouse and no second crypt for XlorD.
Gonna be Sand Fiend army here towards the late game with the 3rd hero Lich coming in, and then it's gonna be very strong scaling for XlorD. That 3rd hero was definitely kind of missing on LR. We would love to have that in the big fights, and now XlorD is gonna have Tri-Hero and it's gonna scale very well. But of course he needs levels, and those aren't looking too great yet for the German. DK only 2.5, not 3, and the Naga also far away from the level up. Sonik does have a nice little experience lead.
Okay, let's see for how long. Lore's coming, tier 3 queued. This seems to be the very same build that we've seen on Last Refuge, where he was successful. Can XlorD find a solution against that with that new Tri-Hero combo? There's of course a lot more crowd control in XlorD's play with this, thanks to the Naga. And it's no Panda against him, but rather Fork Lightning, rather a little bit of slow.
The shop coming up as well for Sonik. We're gonna have an orb soon.
A player's forces are under attack.
XlorD trying to buy time as much as he can. He's trying to slow down also the opponent. Doesn't want to go into a creeping game just yet. That makes a lot of sense, especially with the Lich coming. Ideally, you want to keep lots of creeps on the map until you have Tri-Hero, and then you can creep super fast as an undead. Probably quite a bit faster than the Night Elf can. And these archers are still always exposed and in danger of dying.
Again, important last hit here, XlorD. There is, oh, lots of focus fire on the DK. Boots are on the Naga, so not that easy to run away here.
A player's forces
But
are
XlorD,
under attack.
seemingly everything under control.
And the High Priest heals the wolf back up. Sonik just wants to get this kill finally, goddammit. And he's gonna get it as well. Book of the Dead again. An unfortunate find, just like it was earlier. Destroyers will be there momentarily. We have 2 statues already. Lich is queued. And here comes the Destroyer form upgrade.
Okay. Frenzy about to be done. Then Orb. Sonik, how ready are you? Not on tier 3 yet. No Ultra Vision will pain you, of course, to hear. Engine of War falls, but not the biggest deal anymore.
Just skipping Dryads entirely?
Oh,
I
yeah.
know bears are good, but a bit of Dryad slow and Dispel also not too bad.
Well, Remo, he got the slow from the Naga. What do you need Dryads for?
That's true. Oh, but you know, double slow, double good. Use the book to creep. Okay.
Yeah, not selling this in this game. Maybe feels like he needs the Fork Lightning. Coil thrown, and here come the ghouls with Frenzy.
XlorD very eager now to take this fight. He knows the Naga on the other side is low level. Only now got level 2, which is not too impressive yet. Even before the Lich, XlorD is at least threatening the attack. Is he going to wait for the Lich to truly go in here? There's still the big item left. The Ogre Magi hasn't given the present to either player yet.
Who can aggro him the best? Who can nuke him the best? Goes to Sonik, apparently. DK in a world of trouble all of a sudden. Shocking end to the life of the DK. Here's the Fork Lightning. At what cost, though?
Yeah, very painful for XlorD here losing the first hero, but the Demon Hunter doesn't have the boots, so it's hard for him to chase. Has to be a Tavern Revive, of course, for XlorD. He doesn't quite have the resources yet, but will before too long. The Ghoul's super fast, can run away. Don't want to surround that demon, he's just going to fight out. We finally have a Dryad, slow poison, and it's going to be one more kill for Sonik. Should be.
Yeah, I was worried for a second as I saw that the Frost Arrow was not enabled. Saving some mana there, I guess. Big losses for XlorD in the mid game. That delays the bigger pushes later. Every ounce of gold that went into the DK revive can't be used for units and upgrades, obviously. And we're still at 2-1-1. Sonik is getting the red cam.
It's quite early. XlorD not going to try to do anything about that. He doesn't have information about it at the moment. Ghoul scouting, ensuring that there's no expansion happening. It's taking Sonik a moment, but he's going to get this camp. But in the top left, there's also lots of experience available for the undead.
Level 4, do you not a Cloak of Flames, especially as long as ghouls are in play. An excellent, excellent item. The full potential of the Demon Hunter unlocked now. Well, except the ultimate, of course. Big mana potion right here. Claws as well. Things are looking better now for XlorD, at least for a little.
Sonik creeps the green camp. Almost looks like a bit of wasted time. But he's going to go for the orange right after. XlorD doing the same. The big objective, of course, is the red camp on the left. I wonder, might Sonik not be strong enough to even contest this? But he has no vision there, so he doesn't know if he would just be wasting his time running across. Finds a crystal ball. Hey, that's some scouting right there.
Did he find him immediately? I didn't know where he scanned.
He didn't use it yet.
Ah, okay. Okay, waiting for
Now
that.
he did. And he checked out the red, sees there's nothing there, and that might trigger him
Player's forces
to
are
contest it.
under attack.
Or not, I guess. Naga just creeping herself at the merchant. Sentry board placed in the main as well. And XlorD is loving this. He's got Tri-Hero, we're in the late game, and he can just creep and level up. Awesome.
3-2-2 for now. What do we got here on the Naga Scroll? The Beast. replenishment potion as well. It's decent. Sonic still with quite a bit of a lead. 55 supply for XlorD though. Sonic still banking. Has the better economy, at least for now. He's waiting for his Engine of Wind.
Again, Ultra Vision is missing Neo. Sonic usually could have more vision here in this scenario, but not going to be available now. But he's still going to find the Creepjack. Finds an A-bomb first. It's a big pickoff.
That's the double slow you were talking about. It is indeed double good. But there's also a coil to prevent this. And that's the rat spot abandoned for now. Sonic, I don't think he wants to fight excessively at the moment, but he might be forced into the TP as he's getting surrounded quite quickly. Free damage on the bear, but no kill.
Try to risk it to use the staff and then walk away with the rest, but if the demon with the TP is gone and then you get caught up to, it can also be pretty stressful, so Sonic plays it safe. Sonic plays it safe, Neo, and that's not the first time today.
If he's rebuying that town portal now, we really have to check if this is the real Sonic or, I don't know, his brother-in-law or something. Maybe not in-law, they wouldn't look that much alike, but alright. What do we got this time? Battle bongos for XlorD, always appreciated.
Yeah, we're in the late game now, boys. High level heroes on both sides. DK is missing that level 4. That's always a big upgrade for the entire army. Could perhaps still get it. We got a couple creeps sprinkled across, and both players are trying to build the perfect army. And Sonic again is trying to do that with hippos. Again, off of one base. Which, again, it's not going to be too easy to pull off, but so far, no web actually on XlorD.
This is an interesting point in the game now. XlorD sending out an Acolyte. Sonic has a Sentry Ward at this expansion. Will the duration be enough? The answer is yes. Sonic, if he has his eyes on the eye on the map, he knows what's up.
225 gold is not that big of an investment to try to go for the Haunted Gold Mine. And in fact, XlorD is not spending his money there yet. I think it was a heal scroll they just bought. Yep, he's got double heal scroll. 3/3/3 heroes. XlorD is looking pretty strong. Should it come to a fight right now, Sonic is waiting for a bit more production, especially hippogriffs.
66 supply for Sonic, 67 for XlorD game. On the knife's edge so far. And of course, the longer the game goes, the better it is for the German. He's getting closer and closer to the semi-final. Heal scroll, B scroll, battle drums, mana potions. Items look great. Another heal scroll and another invul on this Naga, making sure that she's not gonna get used. Sonic shutting this expansion attempt down with just one Dryad. Pretty efficient.
DK finally receiving some solo experience there. Not quite enough for level 4 yet, but there's some greens left, which could be enough. Playing against triple hero with dual hero is always really hard to do, but if you have very high levels, namely 5/5, it can work. Demon Hunter, not too far from 5, although, you know, not that close either. But especially the Naga. Her, for Sonic, getting to 5 is going to be very tough.
Yeah, but then Fork Lightning level 3 is a big weapon. How are the upgrades looking? 2-2 versus 1-0. Nothing on the A-bombs as well. What?
In a bad position. XlorD was buying the invul there. Is he going to get punished? Well, not too much. He's eating a couple of burns, but he doesn't have to use the invul.
Okay. Expo cancelled in the north as well. Hippo numbers again 5. This time, not too many fiends though. Still a heavy melee army for XlorD.
Yeah, the nearer we get to 80 supply, the better it can be for the Night Elf. It's a lot easier to micro for the Night Elf in this scenario, as it oftentimes is for the chasing army. XlorD is going to be the one to kite backwards. And yeah, the fiend count is a worry. We have another fiend coming in, but will then only be 4 fiends to cover what is 6 or 7 or maybe 8 hippos. Could be a great fight for Sonic right here.
The Demon Hunter, of course, did not rebuy a TP. Invul potion, staff, that has to be it. At least he got an anti-magic and I guess a belt. So that's all the defense Sonic needs. Main bases. 2,350 for XlorD. 2,400 for Sonic.
No boots on the demon makes it pretty hard to get in and out and burn to his heart's content. So, mana on XlorD is looking really good. Would still love to have that level 4 DK. He's so close now. There's a green camp still left, but it's not that easy to get to that position right now.
Isn't it interesting how this is such a styles clash between one of the most patient players in the world in XlorD who can sit in his base for 7 minutes and it doesn't bother him at all. And on the other side, we got Sonik.
A player's forces are under attack.
Who's like, if one player is losing patience here, it's definitely the Night Elf.
Yeah. But honestly, so far today, he has shown a lot of restraint. He didn't go too Davai yet. And he can get a little bit more experience if he wants. He could get level 4 Naga, which is honestly not bad at all. That level 2 Cold Arrow slows like crazy. And it seems like Sonik doesn't want to go for a second Orb of Venom, which could also be a consideration. XlorD, what's he going to add? A-Bomb. I think one Wagon could also be great to spread poison or disease in there, I guess it is. But yeah, A-Bomb also valuable for the front line. Well, we're at 80 supply. What do we think? Who's got the better army here?
Upgrade-wise, should be clearly Sonik, even though we get 2-0 now. He can move a third... Oh, he can't move a third destroyer, of course. He's at 80.
A player's forces are under attack.
Heroes aren't crazy yet. They're really good, but they aren't crazy yet. So, I would think Sonik can do it.
Getting just a bit more experience here. The pack horse does not give XP. Does give a corpse though. Will the trolls survive this battle between these juggernauts? Ooh, seems like they're lucky. Getting ignored.
Would be rude to interrupt their sleep in the middle of the night. Oh, wait, it's 6 p.m. It's an early sleep. I think it would have been okay. We got the third attack upgrade and a lot of scouting.
Time to think of it. Creeps are pretty sleepy creatures, aren't they? They sleep from 6 to 6. 12 hours every day.
They're probably pretty old. But hey, good for them. I mean, both of us, we're suffering from insomnia. So a night like a creep would be a dream.
Yeah. We need to get tips from them, dude. How do they do it? Would love to know.
They always die so
Sacrificial
quickly,
skull?
man. It's hard to get a talk with them.
Yeah. 2 are left for us to communicate with, but who knows whether they'll make it.
In before
Will
you
XlorD
start
make
Oh, sorry.
an expansion is the question here, and it seems like yes, he will. Acolyte setting up the first Ziggurat. Just one Narrow Tower can be tremendously helpful to slow down the demon especially. But this is going to give Sonik a point of attack now, and I would expect a move in here before too long.
Here in this position, I want to go back to what you said like 2 minutes earlier. Here a meat wagon, spread the poison between these chokes here and a little bit here next to the forest would be so good. And Sonik, that's a little bit of his thing, right? Vintage Sonik, Pitlord third.
In we go. Hippogriffs flying in, almost taking out the destroyer instantly, barely survives. Rain of fire on top of everything, but the blight is helping counteract that damage as well a little bit. Throw the beast used on XlorD, lots of it getting dispelled right away. Some bears falling, but the hippogriffs have completely taken over the air. And the Naga in trouble. Invul Potion barely saves her. The Pit Lord is gonna go down. Level 1 hero, not gonna be benched for too long, I guess. DK still has a big mana potion. Demon in trouble. He cannot fall, and he shall not. Staff is there, Demon is out. But Sonic's army, where'd it go? It has melted.
But same for XlorD kinda. 68 supply against 52. Lich kinda hurt. DK kinda hurt. There's more mana again for Lightning. Of course for Sonik. This army, you have to calculate the hippogriffs in. They don't do anything at the moment. And they're poisoned. Except feeding experience! Oh no! This is a level 4 Lich already. This is dangerous now. Demon Hunter is back. Burning. Trying to do as much as he can. Sonik forced into this fight again. But he's... Oh, I don't know, man. He has to retreat. Does he though?
Huge mistake with those hippos. They just flew into their death. And look at the Narrow Tower. This Demon Hunter is so neutered. There's nothing he can do. if XlorD just kites a little bit against him.
Konoma.
The Naga now in trouble as well. Invul Potion saves her. Mana Burn's flying through everywhere, fast and furious. But the DK nicely positioned away. GG is called. XlorD gets the win. 3-1. Moves into the semifinals.
XlorD had to fight hard for this one right here. Little look into the mirror, apparently.